Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Grace Regato softball field on the Babe Ruth Complex for Greater Boston League softball. Lake Lassigo entertaining Malden. Malden looking to go over 500. They're 5-5. Glasgow looking to get a little bit closer to that tournament bid. They're 8-3. John Warren doing a nice job in his first year as the Glasgow coach. Almost a brand new team. Couple of faces from last year, but mostly new additions. You would think it's a beautiful day right above me. Nothing but blue skies. The sun is shining brightly, and it's freezing out because the wind is blowing. You may be off and on. You probably hear the wind blowing through the microphone. The weather has just been atrocious for this baseball, softball weather. And we're more than halfway through. And all the way through, years past, I've never wore gloves at baseball and softball. I'm wearing them now. And I'm with this great sun and blue skies and looking like a great day. I'm wearing 4 layers of clothes because that wind makes it bitterly cold. Michaela Poisson on the mound. For Glasgow, she'll be throwing to Izzy Fessler. I apologize up front again. They give me the lineups, but they only give me last names. Solona, the second baseman for Malden, leads it off. I believe it's 2-0. Swung right through that pitch. Did get a piece of the umpire. He bailed out. The umpire's got it on the arm. He's holding his arm now. I saw the umpire on TV. I think it was the Red Sox game got wiped out. And this umpire gets hit right off the bat with the foul tip. Swings and misses for strike 2. This Solona is a rarity. She's a lefty hitter, she's a lefty fielder, and she's a second baseman. We had a left-handed catcher this year. Hit sharply to third. Nice play by Turco. Quickly over to Brickler. Solona hit it well, but hit it right at the third baseman. So 1 up, 1 down for Malden. Frey, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Down and in for a ball. Chased that pitch. It was way over her head. Poisson got a little help on that pitch. Swing and a miss. I can tell you that we have 5 loyal fans here at this game. Sitting out in the outfield. Popped up just beyond the reach of the second baseman Kyoto, and a great sliding dive try, Lozado, but Prey dumps it in for a base hit. First hit, first baseman that goes to Malden with 1 out for Lightbody, the pitcher. Just a little tap beyond the second baseman, Tobin. Lozano made a great try. The right fielder Kyoto was coming in trying to get it. The closest one to it was Lozano with the sliding dive, and almost came up with it. Missing with the first two pitches. And oddity tomorrow. Classical will be back here tomorrow. Last week they played Medford here. That one goes to the backstop. The wild pitch will move the runner over. They had a big inning. They looked like they were going to mercy rule Medford. And the rains came, and they held it up a little bit. Then they checked the field, and they called it. And they're coming back tomorrow to finish it. And the thing that's baffling is not that they're coming back to finish it, but they're coming back at 7 o'clock. There's nobody here playing all day. They could play at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're coming back at 7. So light body draws a walk. So after a quick out, a hit and a walk put 2 on for Malden. Curran, the catcher, will be the hitter. Pitching for a ball. Down and in. Kevin had soft shoe action to get out of the way of that one from hitting her. Missing inside, so Poison having a little bit of control problem. In for a strike. And that's ball 4. So a hit, back-to-back walks have loaded the bases for Malden with 1 out. Haku, the third baseman, will be the hitter as we get a little conversation with Joe Moran and the infielders on the mound. So 3 on, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Oh, looks like Poisson might be back in the groove. 0-2 the count to the Malden third baseman. I believe they're the Tornadoes. Call third strike right on the inside corner. Good pitch. After walking 2 in a row, he goes back and gets her on 3 pitches. Kaplis, the left fielder, will be the hitter. In for a strike. Chase, that pitch was out of the strike zone. Well, Poisson 1 strike away from getting out of a jam. The 0-2 pitch, up and away for a ball. That didn't miss by much. So we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded for Malden here in the first inning. Nice stop by Fessler. Now a big pitch coming up for both teams. 3-2 the count. She was ahead. Now she's got to come in with a pitch. Hit to first base. Easy play for Brinkler. Sprinkler makes the play, so Poisson got herself in trouble, giving up the hit and back-to-back walks. But she gets out of it, getting a strikeout and a tap of the first base. So Classical will have a chance to get on the board first. F, the shortstop, will lead it off. Michaela Poisson will pitch and bat second. Catching and batting third, Izzy Fessler. The center fielder, Manuela Lozado, hits in the cleanup spot. Reese Brinkler, the first baseman, hits number 5. Batting sixth and playing right field, Gianna Kyoto. Emily Turco, the third baseman, will hit number 7. Batting eighth and playing left field, Rachel Dana. And Amanda Tobin will bring up the tail end of the batting order. The second baseman will bat in the number 9 spot. Light Body is on the mound for Malden. Her counterpart is Curran behind the plate. Haskell having a very good year. 8-3. They'll be part of the Holland tournament. We'll be back. COVID wiped everything out last year. We'll be back with the Holland tournament, and won't be back with the Clancy tournament, but we'll be back with the Dougie Mullins tournament. Former athlete at Classical, head coach at Lynn English. Young man who passed away way too soon. So I believe it's 27th and 28th for the Mullins, and 28th and 29th. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the last weekend of May, is when things will get going back again. And it's nice to get kind of back to normal. Pitches high for a ball to F, the shortstop. Down and away for a ball. Wide for ball 3, so she'll be taking a long look here. In for a strike. Still can be fussy. 3-1. Light ball, the pitcher has to come in with 2. So West becomes the first base runner for Classical with the walk. It'll bring up Michaela Poisson, the pitcher. Looking down at third base to Coach Morin. First base is Coach Gambali. She gets the bunt down. She does a nice job getting it down. Perfect bunt. Moves Ethel on. Light body made a nice play, getting to it and throwing her out. Nice defense by the pitcher. Izzy Fester, the catcher, will be the hitter. Solid shot off the glove of the third baseman. Hasn't got a plate now. She did throw it across. I thought she held it, but she threw it across. Had no chance to get Fessler for the base hit, and that allowed Eth to go to third. She knocked it down. I thought she was going to fake the throw. If she did, she would have had Eth way off the bag, but she threw it across. They throw it short to the second baseman, allowing Fessler to steal second. So second and third for Glasgow with nobody out. In for a strike. This young lady has hit some bombs this year. She's got a few home runs. She hit one here to dead center field that went over the fence and carried about another 20 or 30 yards. 20, 30 feet. Awful close to 300 feet. And it was gone as soon as it hit the bat. Just got a piece. She chased that pitch in the dirt. Outstanding hitter. It goes to the backstop. They get her at the plate. Catcher made the unassisted play. Nice job by Curran, the catcher. Took a high hop right back in her lap. Hit foul, out of play. Hit to short. Nice play by the shortstop. So now I guess they called the runner safe at the plate. I thought he called her out. Well, I thought Malden was cheering. But that wild pitch got the run home. So we're scored. I thought the umpire said out. We're in a tough spot. We're a long way away. And I thought Malden was kind of happy, excited about the play. So that means Glasgow got 2 runs in, because Fessler just scored on the ground ball to third, on the shot. She gets an RBI. Popped up. Second baseman wanted. The shortstop looked like she was going to make the play to the right side of second base, left field side of second base. The wind just kept carrying it away. And the second baseman, Salona, wound up moving towards first base, catching the pop-up. So they're out of the inning, but Glasgow gets 2 on the board after I thought they were out of the inning with that ground to the short. It actually brought in a run, and Eth was safe at the plate. So we played an inning here in this Greater Boston League game here at the Grace Regato Field. It's 2-0 Glasgow over Malden. Bottom 3 in the order for Malden. Ramirez, the first baseman, is the hitter against Pochon, who's been staked to a 2-0 lead. Hit foul, out of play. So I'm sorry for that. I thought Malden was celebrating the play at the plate. I thought the umpire called her out. In for a strike. And if he did, that ground to the short would have been the third out. Obviously it wasn't, so Classical wound up getting 2 runs. Hit in the air, popped up, coming on the center field. She had it, bobbled it. Lozado made the play. That anything up in the air is going to be an adventure with this wind. Tobin looked like, second baseman looked like she was circling under it. And it just kept drifting. And Lozado had it, caught it, popped up in the air, and grabbed it again. That one bounces in to Lee, the right fielder. Squared the bunt. Turkle, the third baseman, charged down. Turkle's way in at third. Brinkler is charging at first. It bounces in again, 3-0. And on 4 pitches, Lee draws the third walk in an inning and a third. Hayes, the center fielder, is the hitter. Missing down and in. That one bounces to the backstop. So Malden has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Trailing 2-0 to Classical here in the top of the second inning. She's not missing by much, but she's missing. And that's ball 4, and the runner goes to third. So for the second inning in a row, Bush on back-to-back walks. First inning came after a base hit. Now it's first and third with 1 out as Lee moved over to third on that last pitch that was in the dirt. And it's ball 1. She came back in the first inning with a strikeout and a tap of the first base and get out of the trouble. You can't keep doing that every inning. Hit off the pitcher, and that's going to be an infield hit. The run will score, and Malden's back in the game. Everybody was, second base shortstop moving to the middle where the ball was hit. It deflected off the pitcher. And the infield hit brings a run home. Runners at first and second. She's just missing that inside corner. Bounces to the backstop. So Malden has the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. In on the hand, she fouls it off. Looks like a little help with that pitch. That might have been inside too. Call third strike right at the knees. That was Frey, the shortstop, who would have base hit the first time up. So there's two right now for Lightbody, who drew the first walk in the first inning. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Fessler's getting a workout behind the plate. On the inside corner for a strike. 1-2 the count. Hit the second. Right through the wickets. 2 runs are going to score. Tobin went to get it, and it went right through the wickets. With 2 outs, everybody running. Malden scores 2. Hayes scores the tying run. Solona puts Malden up 3-2. High and tight for a ball, I thought. I can't really tell. It almost looked like his right arm came up. Nice stop by Fessler. So the first inning, back-to-back walks, she was able to overcome it, get a strikeout and a ground out. But back-to-back walks here, and the big error hurt. Hit the shot. They'll make the play at second. To Tobin for the out. But Malden puts 3 on the board with 1 hit. Yeah, Classical had that 2-0 lead, and now it's wiped out. Malden now leading at 3-2. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Classical. So Lightbody on the mound now has a lead to work with as she starts her second inning. Again, that Holland tournament, 28th and 29th, it'll be Classical, English, Swampscott, and St. Mary's. It'll be the same 4 in the Malden tournament as well. Not that far away. That's the end of the regular season, and we're closing quickly. Three weeks we'll be starting tournament time. And who knows where these teams will be traveling now that it's a total state tournament. And the record is involved, but not to a great extent. It's the schedule and the league you play in comes first. In for strike. Umpire likes that low pitch. Down and away for a ball. Walks have hurt both pitches. Light body walked the first hitter she faced. Came around to score. Push on has walked 4 in 2 innings. 2 of them have scored. Swing and a miss. The last 2 runs obviously not her fault with the error in the infield. Second baseman Salona, the lefty, makes the play over the first baseman Ramirez. Kyoto is out. Play goes 4-3 for the first out. I'll bring up Emily Tickle, the third baseman. Wide for a ball. Tap fouled on the first baseline. So check swing. Down and away for a ball. Low for a ball. And it's a walk to Turco. Second walk given up by Light Body. Rachel Dana, the left fielder. Daughter of the very successful head baseball coach at Glasgow, Derek Dana. High and away for a ball. They throw it down. In with stolen base is Turco. Well, Glasgow has the tying run at second base. Low for a ball. Nice stop by Carmen, the catcher. In for a strike. Hit in the air to right center field. Long run. It bounces in for a base hit. The runner at second couldn't go. They had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. Dana gets a base hit. Turco at second held up like I might tag if they catch the ball, but it dropped for a base hit, and by that time she couldn't run. So first and second with 1 out for Amanda Tobin, the second baseman. Squares the bunt, takes the pitch low for a ball. Top of the order, Eth, the shortstop on deck. Takes the pitch, the runner takes off, they throw it into left field, that's going to score a run. She squared the bunt to protect the runner, who was stealing third. So Turco steals third. She scores on the errant throw to tie the game up. On the overthrow, Dana goes to second. Takes the pitch for a strike. High and away for a ball. So again, the walks hurt. Porsches walked 4, 2 of them scored. Light Bodies walked 2, both of them scored. Swing and a miss, they have to throw her out at first. and that moves the runner over to third. 2 away. S, the leadoff hitter, drew a walk and scored. She was the one I thought was called out at home. It wasn't. On a wild pitch. Scored the first run for Classical. So the go-ahead run 60 feet away. Up and away for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. Evens the count at 1. Hit foul again, out of play. One, two, the count. High and tight. Yeah, we got deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Inning number 2. Deuces all over the place. Hit foul, out of play again. So West hanging around, trying to get that go-ahead run in from third. Little tap right back to the pitcher. Light body makes the play. Little half swing, almost like a check swing. I didn't mean to do that. So Classical comes up with 1. And we're right back where we started. Dead even. It's Classical 3, Malden 3 at the end of 2. 5, 6, and 7. For Malden as we start the 3rd inning. Akkad, the third baseman, was called out on strikes. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. When they give me the lineup, they give me like the 4th sheet, and they don't really press hard on the top sheet. So sometimes it doesn't go all the way through. It comes through very light and hard to read. She's the third baseman for the Golden Tornadoes, I believe. Swing and a miss. Inside and tight for a ball. High and away for a ball. So she falls behind the leadoff hitter here in the 3rd inning. Hit foul. Count goes full. Nice play by the third baseman. That was not a hard hit ball. Looked like when it got by the pitcher, it might be an infield hit, but Turco got over it. If that goes to the shortstop, that's a big hit. Turco did a nice job cutting it off. Good strong throw to Brinkler, and they get the first out of the inning, 5-3. Very nice defensive play. In for a strike. Kaplis, the left fielder, tapped a little ground ball to first. Swing and a miss quickly, it's 0-2. Strike 3 called. Good pitch. First inning that Poisson's got the first 2 hitters. Ramirez hit a little short fly behind second base, and Lozano made a nice running catch. Had it, bobbled it, made sure she squeezed it for the out. You can see the ball pop out of her glove up in the air, and she quickly made sure she grabbed it. Hit to short. Another nice play by Eth. So a 1-2-3 inning. First by either pitcher. It comes in the top of the third. Poisson's got a strikeout in an inning for 3 over 3 innings. And it will be 2, 3, and 4 for Classical as they try to dissolve a 3-3 tie here in the bottom of the third inning. This is not like other games. We've had games where we've had mercy rules, we've had high-scoring games. This is both teams hanging around. We mentioned Classical will be back here tomorrow night, ending a game with Medford. They're on the verge of mercy ruling Medford when the rains came and they stopped it, and they have to finish it tomorrow. And again, strange because it's 7 o'clock. With nothing going on here at 4 o'clock. You would have thought they would have played, even if they didn't want to play 4, you could have played at 5. Michaela Poisson laid down a nice sacrifice bunt. Helped move the runner into scoring position from where she scored the first run. Swing and a miss. Hit in the air to right field. Long run over the right fielder's head. Not going to stop at second. Going to go all the way to third. Poisson gets a triple. We told you anything in the air was going to be an adventure. The right fielder had a long run over to the line. Going to its own plate, it wound up over her head. And Classical has the go-ahead run at third for Izzy Fessler. who got a base hit her first time up. One of two the Classical had coming into the shade. Now they have three with the hit by Poisson. Almost hit her in the helmet. She almost leaned into it. Hitting the air to right field again, over the right fielder's head, all the way to the fence. Fessler's going to keep going. Back-to-back triples. She hit that a ton. She hit that a long way. Almost got it out of here, and the wind's blowing towards home plate. Now it shifts, blowing out a little bit. Shot, into shot left field off a glove. Lozado gets a base hit and an RBI. And Classical has their 2-run lead back. Reese Blinker pops to the second baseman. And Lozado steals second base standing up. Brinkler's pop-up was to the third base side of second base. It wound up on the first base side of second base, and the second baseman, Salona, was drifting back. That's a shot and a half off the fence. I'm not sure why Fessel was waiting to see if that would be caught. Brinkler came within an eyelash of putting it out of the park. Excuse me, it was Lozado at second base. She wound up scoring. Brinkler hit the base of the fence with that shot. She was about a foot or two from hitting it into the lap of our cameraman. Our cameraman almost could have made a play. It went right at the bottom of our camera stand that we have out here in center field. So back-to-back triples, a single and a double, 3 extra base hits, 4 hits in a row. Classical matches the 3 that Malden put up on the second inning, and added to the 2 in the first and 1 in the second. They now have 6-3 lead. Kyoto, the right fielder, grounded out second and first. Swing and a miss. And I'm looking. I think we have a new pitcher. Swing and a miss. Nope, it's the same pitcher, light body. I thought it was 25. It's still 15. So it's still light body. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout for light body. Emily Pickle drew a walk and scored a run in the second inning that tied the game up. High for a ball. Brinkley got that double. Finish up a great career at Classical. Multi-sport athlete. Great young lady. I always tell everybody her mother was a Patriot cheerleader. Hit in the air, that's going to drift way foul. Rachel Dane was the on-deck hitter for Classical. Hit foul again. Again, Turkle hanging around. Took that pitch. So Lightboy didn't have a strikeout coming this inning. She got back-to-back now after giving up the 4 straight hits. Rachel Dana. 1 for 1. Got a base hit her first time up. High for ball 2. Boy, that wind is really blowing strong. And it's blowing that dirt all over the umpire. Said timeout. Way up and in for a ball. That's why all these shots, get them up in the air, who knows what's going to happen. And it's a walk to Dana, extends the inning. And brings up Amanda Tobin. She struck out swinging, had to be thrown out at first base. Hit in the air, second baseman standing, didn't really have to move. Solano was right in the right spot for that one. So Classical says 8 to the plate. 3 of them score. They leave 2 on. They break that 3-3 tie. It's now Classical 6, Malden 3 as we move into the 4th inning. 8, 9, and 1 for Malden as we start the 4th inning. Lee, the right fielder, drew a walk, scored a run in that big 3-run inning for Malden when they took that 3-2 lead. She gets the bunt down. Nice job by Portia. Boy, she got a rifle arm. Good defense. She got it to it quickly and rifled it. So 1-3 for an out, 1 pitch. Hayes drew a walk and scored in that second inning. High off the glove of Fessler, off the backstop. Hit foul to the backstop, 1-1. Had good pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. She keeps her record intact. She's got a strikeout in an inning. Hit the shot. Another nice play by Eth. Second 1-2-3 inning. I thought there was a strikeout before. I guess it wasn't. She didn't walk to the dugout. I thought she walked away. I got to pay attention more. So Eth made the play at short. Now there's 2 outs. Now it's Solano, the second baseman, who grounded a third, singled off the pitcher. getting an RBI and scored a run. Hit the second. Tobin makes the play. So now it's the second 1-2-3 inning. 7 in a row retired by Poisson. She seems to be back in the groove a little bit. Picks up her 4th strikeout. Tobin with the good strong throw. Got the runner, Salona, who gets that extra step being a left-hand hitter. So we're halfway through the ball game. Glasgow leading it 6-3 over Malden. And it'll be the top of the order. Poisson, Fessler, to face Lightbody, who'll be starting her 4th inning of work. Greater Boston League action. I still shake a little when I say that because so many years English and Glasgow were in the Northeastern Conference, jumping over to the GBL a year ago or so. And it's been very successful for them. Both the boys and the girls' sports. So Nevaeh S., the shortstop, walked and scored, bounced to the pitcher. She leads off the bottom of the 4th. Glasgow took a 2-0 lead in the 1st. Malden got 3 in the top of the 2nd to take the lead. Glasgow got a run to tie it. And then they got 4 straight hits, including 3 extra bases, back-to-back triples, along with a double and a single. They got 3 back, and they lead it 6-3. Smooth fielding shortstop. She's made a couple of nice plays. Hit right through the wickets at third base. She'll reach on the error. She hit right to the third baseman and it went right through the wickets. Poisson sacrificed, tripled over the right fielder's head, scored the run that broke the tie. She squares the bunt to protect the runner, and they steal another base. This time they slide into second base. So Ethers in scoring position here in the bottom of the 4th. Down and in for a ball. Boy, you can almost see that dust blowing across the field, blowing out. It was blowing towards home plate before, and now it's blowing the other way. So anything up in here is really going to be an adventure. With that wind blowing strong from third base to first base, we saw that earlier when the Brinkler's pop-up was to the shortstop, caught by the second baseman, moving towards first base. And she draws a walk. So first and second with nobody out for Izzy Fessler, who was perfect. She singled and scored, tripled in a run and scored. 2 for 2, scored 2, knocked in 1. Up and away for a ball. They throw it down and Glasgow runs. They get off the bag, they drew the throw, and they turn the double steal. They threw it behind, Poisson at first, She wasn't going back. She was going to second base. Hit in the air to left center field in the gap all the way to the fence. 2 runs are going to score. Fessler's got her 3rd hit, 2nd extra base hit. She's got her 2nd and 3rd RBI. She hit that a ton into left center field. Hit foul down the 3rd baseline. So Fessler's hit the trifecta. Single, double, triple. Solid shot into left center field for a base hit. Around first in the second with a double. Lozado's got her 2nd hit. 3rd RBI. Fessler scores her 3rd run. Fessler got another 3-run inning. Nobody out in the runner at second for Brinkler. Reese has popped the second and doubled. She was a foot or 2 from a home run. She hit it to right center field, almost dead center field, off the fence. Hit in the air, foul off to the left side. She hit it a ton and just missed a home run. Lined in the center field for a base hit. The beat goes on. Brinkley gets a hit, an RBI. Lozado scores her 2nd run. Five of the first 6, 4 of the first 5 have scored. Gianna Kyoto has grounded to second and struck out swinging. So the top of the order getting it done for Classical. Pop to the second baseman, almost didn't have to move. Second time Kyoto was gone to the second base, she grounded to it before. So they finally get it out in the inning. Emily Turco has played very well at third base. She's walked and scored, struck out. Takes the pitch for a strike. Chop to third, they're going to have to hurry. They're not going to get her. She gets an infield hit. 2-on. Horatio Dan was perfect. She singled and walked. Down and away. They throw the ball. They almost threw it away. They almost threw it into center field. Solona made a nice play to go get that. And it was tough for her because she's left-handed. Should have reached across her body to go get it. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. Hit over the right fielder's head, extra bases. She's going to keep on going. She's in the third with a triple. Third triple for Glasgow. Six of the first 7 hitters have scored in this inning. High for a ball. So it looked like a pitcher's battle. Even Steven, through the first couple of innings, all of a sudden, Glasgow's pouring it on. In for a strike. Tobin is struck out, popped to the second baseman. Eth, who started this inning, is on deck. Hit the second base. They make the play, but a run scores. Tobin will get an RBI. Dana scores the run. And Eth, who started the inning, is the hitter. Missing wide for a ball. So for the first time in a long time, there's nobody on base. Everybody has scored. He moved that right hand up. I don't know if he was indicating the pitch was high or if he was calling it a strike, using that right hand. In for a strike again. Long run for the right fielder. Over the shoulder, makes the catch. So let's start the inning. She ends the inning. Glasgow puts 7 on the board, and we could be in for a mercy rule because Glasgow now leads it 13-3. So this could be Malden's last at bat if the 10-run rule is in effect here, which I think it is. 13-3 Glasgow at the end of 4. Fifth inning, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Malden. As Glasgow fell behind 3-2, but they took care of that. They got 10 runs in the 3rd and 4th inning. 3 in the 3rd, 7 in the 4th. They sent 10 hitters to the plate. 7 of them scored. 2 doubles and a triple in the inning. They got 3 triples and a couple of doubles overall. Frey, the shortstop, has singled and struck out. And it bounces down and in. Hit the second. Tobin makes the play. Lightboy, the pitcher, was walked and reached on an error. Her error in the second inning, reaching 2 runs scored on the play and gave Malden a 3-2 lead. And it's been all downhill since then for Malden. Up and away for a ball. She tried to hold up and couldn't. Have pitched in the dirt. By the time she realized that she had already committed. Popped up. That's just going to die. It'll be a base hit. A little pop up. It hit the dirt and just stopped dead right at second base. Poisson had retired 8 in a row before that hit. In for a strike. Curran, the catcher, has walked and bounced in with fielder's choice. Hit in the left field for a base hit. So after an out, back-to-back hits. They had 2 hits coming in the inning. They got 2 hits back-to-back. Haku, the third baseman, has struck out and grounded to third. Grounded to third was a very nice play by Turco. Cutting off a little slow grounder and throwing her out. That one goes to the backstop. So Malden on the verge of extending the game. Class only had 3 outs for a mercy rule. Now Malden can extend it with second and third and 1 out. Hit off her foot, foul at home plate. Hit off the backstop, foul. Down and in for a ball. Popped up. Brinkler at first base makes the play. That'll hold the runners. That's the second out. And Kaplis, the left fielder, will be a big hitter for both teams. Klasso gets her out. It's a mercy rule. Kaplis gets a base hit. The game goes on. High and tight for a ball. So Poisson induced the pop-up to first base. It's a big out. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike. 2-1 the count. Way up and away. Fessler did a great job to go up and get that one. That was ticketed for the backstop. She couldn't stretch any further than she just did. And that's ball four. The inning gets extended. So 3 on, 2 out. Ramirez, the first baseman, flied out and grounded a shot. In for a strike. Chased that pitch up and away. So Glasgow 1 strike away from their 9th win. Well, it's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. That didn't miss by much. Hit in the air to center field over everybody's head. It bounces over the fence for a double. So the beat goes on. Ramirez got all of that one, drilled it way over the head of Lozano. It took one big hop over the fence for a double. So second and third with 2 outs. Tries to bunt, pops it in the air. Turco was charging in. Soon as Lee shortened up, Turco came flying in from third, and it was in foul territory, but she was able to make the play. Another nice defensive play by Turco. But Malden keeps their hopes alive. No mercy rule here. We'll move into the bottom of the 5th as Malden extends it. First inning that Poisson did not get a strikeout. 3 hits, the big one, the long double by Ramirez, knocking in the 2 runs. And it's now 13-5. And Glasgow will have 2, 3, and 4. Poisson, Fessler, Lozano to face light body. So the pop-up to Brinkle was the second out. We're 1 out away from a mercy rule. Glasgow picking up their 9th win. Instead, again, a big walk extended the inning, followed by the double by Ramirez. Poisson is perfect. She sacrificed, tripled, and scored, walked and scored. So she's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. And she'll lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So if Glasgow can match Malden's 2 runs in this inning, that would be a mercy rule, but they got to get 2 runs first. Late body will start her 5th inning of work. hit off the second base's glove in the right center field for a base hit. And she keeps right on going as the ball was bobbled. So Porchon gets a base hit. The bobble in the outfield, she gets the second. And Fessel will be the hitter. We told her she hit the trifecta, singled, tripled, doubled. She's knocked in 3 and scored 3. Porchon on for the third time. 3 different ways. Triple, walk, single. Hit off the third baseman's glove. Fessel's got another base hit. Lauren Wilson is, I don't know if she hit. See, we can't tell we're out here. I don't know if Lauren Wilson hit for long run over the right fielder's head. Lozano got another base hit. Lauren Wilson, I don't know if she was running for Porchon or if she hit for Porchon. Koskell has first and second with nobody out and a run in. Brinkler was popped up, doubled. Almost a home run off the fence. Last time up, she singled and scored a run, so she's 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. And she could end it here with a base hit. Hit foul. So again, Lauren Wilson could have hit for Porchon because, as I say, we can't tell. There's no way of seeing anything out here. Hit to right field. Long run for the right fielder. Makes the catch. That's another nice play by the right fielder. He'll go a long way to get Brinkler's fly. On the play, Fessler moves over to third. And one of them, ball and coaches is coming out. They want to check. They threw the ball to first base. They called the runner safe going back to first. Now the 2 umpires are going to get together. And it's still safe. So it's first and third. Lozano was going back to first base when the right fielder made the catch. They threw it. First baseman was trying to tag. It didn't have to tag her. It would have been a force out at first. But she tried to tag her. Lozano got back to the bag. They called her safe. They came out. The 2 umpires talked about it. Still safe. So Kyoto was the hitter. She hits it to right field. Another long run off the right fielder. And everybody's going to score. That should be the game. The game should be over. I guess I guess it's a 12-run rule. I'm thinking 10-run rule. I guess baseball is 10. Softball is 12. So Classical now leads by 11. They have the runner at third with one out. Turco has walked and scored, struck out, singled and scored. If she can put the ball in play now, the game would be over. Hit foul. Down and in for a ball. Popped up. Second baseman makes the play. And so 2 away. Rachel Danner singled, walked. Tripled, knocking in a run. So she's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Hits it in a right field for a base hit. That should be the game. She's going to keep going for another triple. And that is it. That's the 12-run rule. So Dana gets it done with her second triple. And Classical will pick up their 9th win as they win it in 5 innings. Malden extended it, getting 2 in the top of the 5th. Classical comes back and gets 4 in the bottom of the 5th. And they win it 17-5 to kick in the mercy rule. Classical got 2 runs in the first, a walk to Eth, a sacrifice, a base hit by Fessler, a wild pitch and a ground out by Lozano got them 2 runs. Malden had got 3 in the second inning, back-to-back walks, a base hit knocked in 1, an infield error brought in 2 to make it 3-2 Malden. Classical come back, got a run in the third, a run in the second, excuse me, a walk to Turco, stole second, stole third. When she stole third, they threw the ball in the outfield. She scored to tie it, and it was 3-3. They broke it open, getting 3 in the third. A leadoff triple by Poisson, a triple by Fessler, a single by Lozano, a double by Brinkler, they bring 3 in. They took the lead for good, 6-3. Then they had the big 7-run 4th inning. 2 RBI double by Fessler, an RBI double by Lozano, an RBI single by Brinkler, an RBI triple by Dana, an RBI ground out by Tobin. It was 13-3. Malden got those 2 runs in the 5th, but now here in the 5th, Poisson or Lauren Wilson, whether Lauren Wilson hit for her or she did run for her, so it was Wilson scoring the run, a leadoff single. Fessler got her 4th hit. Lozano got a base hit. Kyoto got a triple for 2 RBI. Dana got a 2-out triple for 2 RBI. They get the 4 runs to make it a 12-run win. And they win it 17-5 over Malden. For Classical, Eth had a walk. Rishon Era scored 2 runs. Poisson had a triple, a walk, and it was either her or Wilson getting a base hit in the 5th inning, and Poisson, Wilson running for her, scored 3 times. Fessler had a single, a triple, a double, and a single, scored 4, knocked in 3. Lozano had a single, a double, a single, knocked in 2, scored 3. Brinkley came within an eyelash of a home run, had a double, a single, knocked in a run, scored a run. Kyoto had a triple, knocking in 2. Turco played outstanding at third base. She drew a walk, had a base hit, scored 2. Rachel Dana had a big day at the plate. Single, walk, 2 triples, knocked in 2, scored a run. And Amanda Tobin had an RBI for Classical as well. Poisson went to 5 innings. She walked 6, gave up 5 hits. She walked 5, gave up 4 hits, struck out 4, gave up 5 runs. 3 of them were earned, 2 of them unearned. She'll get the win on the mound. Glasgow will pick up their 9th win as they mercy rule Malden. Malden will drop under 500. They go to 5-6. The final score is 17-5. Glasgow over Malden. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.